Okay, let me describe. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to go into a very detailed description. I can sum it up in one word. Today was long. Today was very long. It was, there wasn't a lot of movement. I was pretty much just hovering around in the house, but I was just rotating between three states of being: studying, going down in the kitchen to eat something, and then laying down and watching episodes of The Sopranos. So that was in preparation for an exam that I had at 5. I do feel like I did pretty good on it, at least relative to you know how comfortable I am with the material. But it's whatever. So whole day of that, but I feel pretty carved up. I had over the course of the day I had a whole baguette that I was dipping in some olive oil with some pepper flakes and salt. Plus, I was drinking a ton of electrolyte packs and water. So I feel carved up, electrolyted up. It's not really a saying, but I don't know why it's not a saying. Your electrolytes are freaking important, man. I feel like I've gone on so many rants hyping up electrolytes, so we'll just skip it. But I'm not particularly, well, I am enthused. I am excited to go lift. But in terms of how I kind of feel physically, I think if I were to lay down in bed and get cozy, I would probably pass. I'd probably pass the heck out in about zero point 0.1 seconds. So if you're ever in that state, and let's say time is ticking, and it's getting late for your lift, the last thing you're going to want to do is put it off. I mean, ideally you're going to want to be so hyped up about lifting that you would never want to put it off, right? But sometimes, you do kind of feel tired. I'll definitely get some, all right, I'm just going to sit down for like 30 more minutes, and then I'll get up and, take the pre, get in the car, and drive over. I'll still get that. But if you are kind of feeling that kind of lethargy, you're going to feel better if instead of just saying, screw it, no lift for me, I'll make it a rest day. If you actually go in, get in the car, as soon as you take your pre and you do your warm-up sets, right, hype should begin to kick in. Hype should freaking begin to kick in. Especially if you watch, something to hype you up, some kind of AMV. Last, was it chest? Yeah, last chest day I was spamming the song, the OST, when Reiner and Bertolt fucking, when that curtain was unveiled. That's fucking cool. That's one thing that I do like about listening to songs from soundtracks, is you kind of get an extra level of hype, because you can listen to a song and it can have its own inherent value, like fucking, I don't know, some kind of Metallica something or other, or fucking, let me think of what else, like Suicide Boys, shit like that. Like, the song can just be badass, but if you kind of correlate that in your mind with fucking, some kind of, I guess really what all I'm really saying is, if you fucking watch anime, you can get hyped up by that. But, you know how that is. I find it very interesting. I say this a lot, that there's only two kind of anime fans, right? Fucking, I guess I don't want to be mean, but let's just say one of them goes to the gym, works out, and gets jacked. And then the other one, I don't know what they do. I don't want to associate. But arms, triceps first, forearms are going to happen at the end. And I think I'm letting my fucking ego take over, because I keep trying to push through the pain of my right bicep, because it is only like a minor twinge. Like, I can still do my heavy sets, and I'm not impeded physically, but I can tell that sometimes it's just a little sore. I think I should, how about this? I don't think I'm capable of skipping it for too long, because it's not that bad. But if I curl the 60s or heavier, then I'm probably just re-injuring myself very slightly. And if I keep doing that over time, I go on rants about this almost every video, or at least every couple. If something hurts, don't fucking do it, right? And if that little thing, that voice in the back of your mind that's telling you to push through it, it's not that that's not a voice you should be listening to. So yeah, I'll do some feeler reps of curls and see how I feel, but I think I need to just pull back on the weight a little bit. I didn't do like an actual, I didn't have like an actual incident, but I can tell just like if I flex extra hard, just one little point right kind of on the peak is just a little bit extra tender, just a little. So of course, if something on my fucking build is compromised, my my first thought is not, okay, who cares? Let's just push through it. Whatever, it's fine. Fast forward 2 weeks. Holy fuck, dude, I'm fucked. Oh shit. That's not a situation I want to be in. So, oh my god, I'm already here. I haven't even talked about the lift at all. So, push downs, probably of a variety. Maybe single arm, maybe double arm. Definitely gonna do some overhead single arm tricep extensions with a dumbbell. That stretched position that I get from there compared to a normal push down, I think that is going to push my triceps over the edge into legit growth. And then forearm, same as normal, forearm curls, reverse forearm curls, and then potentially some curls. I'll decide later, but let's focus on triceps first and get started. Okay, my house is it's in a state at the moment. It is in a state, primarily the fucking kitchen. Not ideal for me. So that's going to be my task for tonight. But before I do that, obviously I got to eat. So my let's say my nightly tonight's agenda includes a couple of things. A ribeye with some ramen and some donuts, potentially some chocolate milk as well. And then once I've got a real full belly with some complex as well as simple carbs plus some proteins and fats being from the the ribeye, then in terms of bodybuilding, in terms of muscle growth, I will have done all I can do. All I got to do is wait maybe an hour or two before I eat again. So I'll use that time in between meals to just watch The Sopranos and clean all my nasty dishes. Well, they're not nasty, but it's just and our sink is so small, so it fills up. I'm just so lazy, I think. I say it's like, obviously I've got roommates, but I'm really the one that just makes a mess in there. So irresponsible. But good arm pump. I think, I don't know. I'm not exactly certain if I feel like the light-ish, let's just say more moderate weight squeezing sets are, as effective as some really heavy sets. Obviously with biceps today, I did want to go a little bit lighter. I just wanted to get, some activation, get a good pump, move them around. But with triceps, I think I need at least one of those sets to be a bit heavier. I'm not going to say that going absolutely insanely as heavy as possible as you can every set is the best way to do it, but every time I fucking reflect on these lifts, I pretty much say the same thing. An even mix of heavy sets as well as more moderate weight squeezing sets is going to result in what I would say is some solid muscle stimulus. But yeah, triceps, I think I needed one real heavy set. Probably, I don't know. I do not know. But still, super good pump. Definitely stimulated them. And I have noticed that I've really been working on the stretched position for triceps too. Not only do I want to do those overhead dumbbells to get that kind of super deep stretch on like the long head, this big part. But even when I do normal push downs, instead of what I have done before, just kind of bouncing around the bottom of the rep, not even getting my arms up to 90, now I've really been going through the whole thing. But then again, I've also seen, kind of some old school videos of, there's this one that comes to mind. I don't know the guy, total freak, but he's doing triceps in a way which would, let's just say if you looked in the comments section of that video, if they had social media back then, he would have got some backlash for his technique. But look at him, he's a fucking freak. He probably had 21-inch arms at least. So there's definitely multiple ways to skin the cat of stimulating your fucking muscles, right? That's why you see buff-ass CrossFit dudes. I make this analogy every couple of days. Buff CrossFit dudes doing their full body athletic aerobic workouts. The Olympic lifter dudes, jacked and lean, super strong as well. Obviously bodybuilders, of course. Power lifters too. I mean, you can get big doing all sorts of stuff. So by that logic, the things that cross over between all those styles of training, aka, intensity, going hard on your sets, as well as getting some good rest, eating your food. If you can hit those three pillars, then to an extent, I think your training can vary widely from the dude next to you, and you'll still be able to get some results. Maybe not even some results, good results. You don't have to be an exercise physiologist. You don't have to be an exercise PhD student to go into the gym and tell yourself you're going to obliterate your biceps and you're not going to leave until you do so. And I think if you, follow that little self-imposed rule, you can develop a nice set of peaks in between your shoulders and your forearms. So I think main idea, if you're fucking really putting a lot of emphasis on thinking about trying, let me try this new set. Let me try this, and, like what would do me better, do you think? Trying to figure out which tricep movement is going to better activate my short medial head, or putting a lot more, or putting that same amount, if not more effort into just making sure that all the sets that I do, I'm like, okay. Or no, let's pull a page out of Dorian Yates' book, if I can quote this correctly. Right. Somebody's got a gun to your little baby's head, and if you don't get this next rep, you get what I'm saying. Going hard will beat going smart. But if you want to get big, you should do both. You should freaking do both. I think I've made a lot of I think I've said a lot of things that make me that portray myself as though I only want to, try to go hard and not, optimize my training, which I guess I kind of set myself up with all the fucking anti-science TikToks and whatever. But, at the end of the day, everybody who's involved with, let's just say, muscle growth, hypertrophy style training, that's what we want to do. Go hard, train better, train more efficiently, train more intensely as time progresses, and then keep raking in gains, keep raking in inches on our arms and new striations and veins on your quads and freaking skin splitting, pump cover ripping, awe-inspiring pumps. So don't get too caught up in the details if you can tell that you're not really pushing yourself to the limit, to the freaking limit. So I think that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'm kind of just rambling off about hype gym phrases, but I gotta eat, man. I gotta freaking eat. So if you're scarfing down a meal right now, finish it off, man. Get those calories into your system. And then, yeah. And if that's you, and I'm talking to you, the guy eating his meal right now, then I'm jealous. Holy shit, dude. Is that Sweet Baby Ray's you got on the side? Oh, nice. Nice, man. I'll make something cool in a couple minutes. That's all I got. That is all I freaking got. Cardio in the morning and then legs tomorrow. I'm excited to squat. So I'll see you next time.